narudisha kwa jina la Yesu. Narudisha kwa jina la Yesu.
Thank you so much, my viewer, because of finding time also to join us this afternoon, so that we can at least learn one or two things about finances. You know, when God called me, He asked me the ones of Matthew 6 and verse number 24. He asked me, how will you be in a position to serve God and money? And let me tell you, it is a very serious thing. But I told him according to how the Holy Spirit will help me. So one thing I know is my call. It is about finances. I am very, very certain that God is actually in the process of raising the church and building His church. And He is building the church so that they can be better financially. One of the people that we require to serve God are rich people. And we need to serve God with our money. We need to serve God with our wealth. In fact, He says that I wish above everything else that you shall prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospereth. It simply means that so long as our soul is prospering, then also we should prosper in wealth and in money. He says somewhere else in Deuteronomy 8 and verse number 18 that it is God who gives us power to acquire wealth. It simply means that God is in charge of wealth dissemination. And that is why it is very, very important that we understand that it is God who gives us power so that we can be in a position to acquire the wealth. That is why today we need to be rich. Jesus Christ also died so that we can be rich. He says that though He was rich, He never counted Himself as rich. 2 Corinthians 8 and verse number 9. But He just made Himself poor, so that through His poverty, then you might become rich. That is definitely what Jesus came to do. Though He was rich, He became poor. The reason is because He wants us to enjoy riches in life. Remember Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse number 4. The Bible says, however, there should be no poor person among you. However, there should be no poor person among you. That simply means that we are not supposed to have a poor person amongst us. There may be no poor among you. It is the desire of God that we grow rich. It is the desire of God that, so if you have land, is a factor of production, then what happens is that you won't be paid rent because you can build your houses there. It becomes a source of income. Once you have land, you can also sell, like your land has some sand, so you can sell the resources that are there and you get royalty. So the reward and the income that we get as a result of land is rent and it is royalty. There is also another factor that we call entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is when you become a proprietor of a business. You begin a business. When you begin a business, there is another class of incomes that you get. And that class of income is called profits. You get the profits. Profit is what remains after all the turnover that you have in the business. You have deducted all the expenses. It is what we call the profits. And therefore you earn the profits when you are an entrepreneur. And I will know in coming series I will teach more to the business people, because it is important that you, as business people, you also learn. Because what really matters to you a lot in business, you need to keep on asking yourself about your profit, whether it is growing. And you need also to ask yourself whether your turnover, the sales that you are making, is growing. And you also need to ask yourself whether you are getting returns for your investment and whether your capital that you invested is growing. And the capital that you invested, the growth of it is what we call the net worth. That is the wealth that you have. But also, there is another factor of production that is called capital. Capital is the initial money that you give in the business. And when you have that money that you give, or the equipment that you donate into your business, the land and everything else, for you to be in a position to begin the business, then that is what we call capital. And we usually say the reward for capital is interest. Interest or dividends. That is why many people that buy shares, and we shall talk about shares, then they earn something that we call dividends. And we'll be talking more about dividends later. But also another kind of income that you can get is from labor, which is the fourth factor of production. And it is called wages or salaries. And therefore, salary is that reward for the labor that you give. And you need to keep on checking your salary a lot, because it determines, number one, how resourceful you are in the business. If you're very resourceful in the business, then the higher your salary. If you are not resourceful in the business, then the lower your salary. That is why we need to ask ourselves, how much are we earning? Because it determines the level of your resourcefulness. And the salary also determines your value. Does the organization value you? The organization that values you will pay you more money The organization that does not value your qualifications will pay you lower amounts of money. That is why you need to keep on asking yourself, how much am I getting? Salary also determine the amount you sell your life. Your life is measured in some SI unit that we call time. And time is what measures your life. That is why sometimes when a person dies, you hear people say that he was born in 1960 and he died in 2019. It is simply the measure of time. And that time is what you sell. Like you sell your employer 1 month and he pays you 10,000, and therefore your 1 month is 10,000. So it is the value you exchange your time with. Because as I keep on telling people that time is the only currency that buys money. No, it is one of the currencies that buys money. I know in another series I was able to teach you the currencies that buy money, and they are many. One of them being time, another one being favor, another one being relationships. Those are all currencies that buy money. But today I want to speak about the types of incomes, and I will just describe them because I do not know how to call them. I will simply describe them so that we can be in a position to understand. The first salary, the first type of income, it is what we call the onion income. Onion income. Onion income is the one that you grab, you try to open it like an onion, and immediately you do that, you start crying because it won't get to your eyes and you start crying. There are some people whose income is like that. They just get the income, and immediately they get the income, immediately they go to the bank, they start crying. Problems are all over. They cry. They keep on asking themselves, why even do we get this salary? You realize at the end of the month you are mourning rather than celebrating. It is an onion income. It is not a very good income, and you are supposed to stop and think and ask yourself, how will I translate myself from that? Many a times it brings sorrow. Reason is because could be it is inadequate, could be whatever it is required to solve it cannot solve. It's an onion income, and you need to take care of yourself so that you translate yourself from that level. The second type of income that I want to talk about, it is the storm income. The storm income. Storm income, you do not know when it comes, you do not know when it leaves. It is simply like a storm. You cannot tell that you have it, you cannot tell that it has gone. Storm. Because it exits as faster as it comes. And there are some people who live like that. It is simply hands to mouth, hands to mouth, hands to mouth. Receive it, eat it, receive it, eat it, receive it, eat it. You cannot be in a position to tell when it is coming and when it is leaving. It is called storm income. And we have also to translate ourselves from that particular kind of income. And the third type of income is what I will call, you will allow me to use this word, menstrual income. Now, you know, this one comes in a month. And when it comes at the end of the month, it lasts not more than 4 days. and then it is exhausted. It is a type of income. There are some people who get income, this kind of menstrual income. They get it at the end of the month. Then to their surprise, they spend it and they cannot wait for more than 4 days. Immediately it comes 4 days, it is over and complete. I usually tell people that money should be patient. Your money should wait for the other money to come. If it doesn't have that fruit of the Spirit, then there is a problem. It is called menstrual income. You use it very fast. It cannot go beyond. And there are some people who live like that. By the way, them that are using their salaries that way, it is good to advise you. You cannot use 30 days to make a salary and then you spend the salary within 2 days, 3 days. It is a shame. And that is why you require to translate yourself from menstrual income. The other type of income that I will talk about is the magical income. Magical income. Magical income is that type of income when you touch it and it disappears. There are some people who touch money and it disappears. It is like money sees them and runs away. That one is not a very good type of income. Magical. Everything looks like it is magic. You are running after money, you do not get it. Running this way, you cannot get it. It is very magical. It behaves like magic. You touch it and it disappears. It is also a type of income that you need to keep on asking yourself whether you are okay with it or whether you are going to translate it into another good type of income. And number 5 type of income that I will talk about, it is the amnesia income. Amnesia income. You can't remember what you spent it on. There are some people who cannot even remember how they spend their money. It is true you are paid. It is true you got your money. It is true you hand a salary. It is true your bank statement means that you hand some money. But if you ask yourself, where did it go? You cannot even explain. You do not even know where it went. Amnesia. Salary. You can't remember how you spent your money. There are some people who live like that. They don't know how they spend their money. It's a problem. It's a problem. And let me tell you, we shall handle all these things here. We shall keep on telling you which are the best practices of spending your money. Things like tracking your money. You require to track your money to know how you are spending it. And some of the applications, you even have them on your phone. You can track your income from the phone. So it is very, very important that you also understand that this is a way in which people are spending their money. Another one, I would call it a traveling income. Traveling income. Traveling income. It is the kind of income that you spend it before you get it. It is already away from you. Traveling income. You pay debts. Your money comes, you pay debts even before you earn it. Some people are supposed to receive salary on 30th April. And you realize they went to the butcher, they hand some meat, they went to the shop, they hand some kind of shopping. So when the salary comes, it is already committed. Have you ever heard some people talk about, I have committed all my income? We are talking about it now. Committed income. It is simply a traveling income. You do not see, it doesn't settle. It cannot settle. Money should settle in your hands. You should not get money and then as you get money, then that money goes away. No, it should not travel. Please give money a seat. Let it stay in your house. And you see, some of us, we simply allow our money to keep on going and going and going. So money is traveling here, hither and thither. And that is not how your money should travel. So it's gone traveling income. You spend it on paying debts even before you earn it. Even before you collect it. It is already used up. I deliver you from such kind of situation. And number 7, it is active salary. Very active. What we call active income. And that active income is the kind of income when you stop working, you stop earning. It stops itself. And that is where many of us lie. Right now, when Corona appeared all over the world, many people are told, please can you take unpaid leave? And when they were told, take unpaid leave, can you still continue earning even when you have taken an unpaid leave? Some people, once they stop working, their income stops. It is simply called active. It is only active so long as you are active. It is only in existence so long as you are working. You should have some passive income. An income that allows you to continue getting money even when you have already stopped working. You shouldn't work for your money throughout. And that is where we go wrong. Like I have realized, some people have to keep on working and working and working and working and working for them to earn. But I keep on asking myself this question. Now that you'll be around 70 years or 80 years and you not have strength to work, will you still continue earning the money that you are earning? You get to 60 years. I have seen people who are going to retire and they keep on lamenting, asking themselves, where now shall we be getting money? Realize when somebody is 4 days to retire or four months to retire, that is the time that person is simply saying, okay, what I think I should do now is I should buy a portion meal. Perhaps I can be portion mealing some of the things to my neighbors. And let me tell you, it doesn't work out well that way. That is why you need to keep on asking yourself, is your money active? Is it active money? Because when it is active, you stop working, it stops flowing. You stop working, it stops flowing. But the last one, which I will simply want you to work towards, it is what we call the residual income. Residual income. This is the kind of income you work once. And after you work once, it continues paying you over and over again until infinity. Infinity. Even when you stop working, it is still paying you. It's called residual income. So you have to make sure you have this kind of income. You work once, And then from there, people are still paying you. Like, I keep on admiring those people who write books. You write one book. And once you write one book, then it keeps on earning even way after you are gone. Like Shakespeare wrote a book that is called Romeo and Juliet in 18 something. And after that, writing that book, even now, it is actually being bought. Painters, they would paint something. They keep on selling. You begin a company and you make it a public limited company and you sell shares. Your shares will continue being bought and people will continue giving you money throughout the life. Oh, what we are saying is, do you have residual income? An income that you work once and then it will continuously pay you day in, day out until forever. That is the kind of income that I want. So I'll be teaching you very serious issues. Today I was just motivating you on income. But I will be teaching you on very serious issues that touch our finances. Because it is good. And flaws that we have in finances. Because we need to become better. We will talk about various issues. Shares, we will talk about savings, we will talk about investment, we will talk about accounting. Do you know how to interpret your accounts if you're in business? Do you keep the books of accounts, which are the basic ones? We will talk about how to grow your businesses. We will talk about many other ways. But for today, I have simply taught you about 8 types of incomes. I have told you we have the onion income, we have the storm income, we have the menstrual income, we have the magical income, we have the amnesia income, we have the traveling income, we have the active income, and we have the residual income. That one I was taught by my friend in Nigeria, Pastor Alex, and I must appreciate you because of teaching me that. Let me also tell you that once you become rich, you attract, you have a say. But so long as you are poor, nobody even remembers your points. There was a certain poor man. He saved a city according to Ecclesiastes. And after saving a city, nobody remembered him afterwards. You have to have money for you to be remembered. Otherwise, God bless you. We meet next time so that we can be in a position to learn. If you haven't liked our page is Reigners Church, Embu. You can like it so that we can continuously give you information that is necessary for you, for your life. Otherwise, God bless you.